Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara, CPA, coming to you live from downtown Flushing, New York, for another amazing episode of How to Win at Business. And tonight, I'm going to cover one of my favorite subjects: how to get money back from the IRS. That's right, folks. You can actually get money back that you thought was lost from the IRS. And if you're watching live, please give me a hashtag live. If you're watching replay, give me a hashtag replay. And if you're not watching, you're not going to find any money. You're not going to find any money that you thought was lost. And hopefully you'll come back. You'll come back to this episode either by going to YouTube or any other way for me to get this info out to you. And if you are watching, and anything I say resonates with you, I invite you to book a free chat with me. I love talking about business. I love talking about beating the IRS. And I love showing people how to find money and keep it. And that's my story. I'm sticking with it. And if you see here, we have the little known 1040X, an amended U.S. individual tax return. And I got to tell you, folks, I have used this to get people back probably millions of dollars by now, over 35 years of doing this. And just recently, hundreds of thousands of dollars that I was able to put back in my clients' pockets because somebody screwed up their return. That happens all the time. There's a lot of bad accountants out there. Even good accountants make drastic mistakes. And I'll tell you why. It's pretty simple. It's because of computer software. See, when I started in accounting, there was a procedure. We did a return by hand. We looked up the instructions. We entered all the numbers on the lines that they were supposed to be on the forms they were supposed to be on. And then we had somebody else check the return because we knew that there were too many moving parts and somebody could easily make an error. Now, in today's world, it's so simple for anybody to do a tax return on a computer. For instance, TurboTax. I can't tell you how many clients I've gotten thanks to TurboTax because you can't do this on your own. That's the bottom line. It's impossible. It's hard enough for a CPA, a trained tax preparer, an enrolled agent to do returns accurately 100% of the time. And that's why when we get a new client, one of the first things that we ask them for are their last 2 years returns. And I'm thinking that we might actually have to ask them for the last 3 years returns. And we look at them, and very rarely, very, very rarely have I seen a return that we could not amend and get something back. There's been some returns that I said, you know what, it's just not worth taking the risk. Because there is a risk when you amend a return. There's a risk that because you're still opening the statute of limitations, and the amended return might be looked at, but not in the way that an original return is looked at. In fact, thinking back now, I have never seen an audit on an amended tax return. Never. And we're talking about, I don't even know, I can't even count how many tax returns over the years through all the CPA firms. You have to remember that some of the CPA firms that I worked for had over 1,000 clients. I mean, the first tax attorney I worked for did over 1,000 personal income tax returns. 1,000. So that's a lot of tax returns. think that's a large sample size, and it's pretty amazing that there has never been an audit on a personal amended return. I've had them on corporate returns. I've only had 3 corporate returns audited. Okay, one of them was an amended return, and that triggered the audit. But there was a reason for it, because it was red flags all over the place. And guess what? We survived the audit. Okay, we survived it. No change. So that's the story. I'm sticking with it. Now let me give you a few of the parameters. There's a statute of limitations. You can only go back 3 years from the time that you filed the return. That's when the statute of limitations starts. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that you need to file the return correctly. Okay, you cannot I would not do this on my own. Even though a lot of it was fairly simple, you could take the info right from your previous tax return. But what you need to do is basically redo the return with the changes, with the amendments. And most importantly, I'm going to show you here, is down here, you must give them an explanation of the changes, and they better be good explanations. I've never seen an amended 1040X return, because I don't know any individual that ever prepared their own 1040X return. But I do hundreds of them, and I'm doing more and more of them because we're seeing more and more people that have been serviced by schlock accountants. Okay, and that's the first thing. There are a lot of bad accountants out there, unfortunately. I know a lot of good ones. I got friends that are accountants that are very good CPAs, enrolled agents, and just plain old good accountants and bookkeepers. And sometimes when we could take on a client and things don't really work out between, because of our system, personalities, whatever. And we are able to refer those clients that aren't a good fit for us with somebody that is. And again, folks, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Like I said, again, if you have any questions, comments, you want to connect with me, just go to Time with Joe. And I always invite everyone to my mastermind. I should say our mastermind, because it's a team effort. We meet every Saturday at 2 p.m. We go for an hour and a half. We have fun. We make connections. We learn, and we support each other. And that's it for tonight. Another amazing episode of How to Win at Business. I thank you for all of your support, and hopefully we can connect soon. Thank you.